Welcome to Farmers to Florists, the podcast serving the floral industry from seed to centerpiece. I'm Dr. Liz Fiedler Mergen, flower farmer, wedding florist, and owner of Sunny Mary Meadow, a flower farm and event venue I built in central Minnesota. This podcast makes local flowers easier to grow, easier to design with, and easier to sell. Each week, we'll talk about crop planning, recipe building, wholesale relationships, data-driven decisions, and how to build a floral business that doesn't burn you out. Yes, this podcast is a companion guide to Farmers to Florists platform at farmerstoflorist.com. But whether you use the tool or not, every episode is designed to give you practical systems and real insight you can apply immediately. If you believe the floral industry should be thriving, not scrambling, you're in the right place. Let's grow smarter. Hello and welcome back to Farmers to Florists. Today we're going to talk about something really foundational that I want you to keep in mind before you are planting or growing, and that is understanding the florist mindset. So before the crop planners, before the recipes, before all of the wholesale way to sell it, I want to share my insights of the farmer-florist relationship. Because the tension between farmers and florists, it doesn't come from bad intentions, it just can come from misalignment. And when I say tension, maybe it's not always there, but I do feel like I've hosted Flower Farmer Forum Conference the last 3 years where we've had 3 or 4 dozen flower farmers in the same room, and it has been vocalized quite a bit that people are trying to understand how to convince florists that they need to buy local flowers and why their product matters. And I think that we need to approach it from a different direction. So I want to share the florist side that I have experienced. Farmers think in growing seasons and florists think in event seasons. And sometimes those don't always align. So farmers, we're thinking about planting dates and bloom windows and weather and yield and crop succession. But the problem with that is Abby or Jessica or whoever is getting married doesn't get married during her zone's growing season. So how do we make that work? Florists are thinking in terms of wedding dates, timelines of installations, color palettes, client expectations, and backup plans. We are thinking in months, and they are thinking in weeks. They're thinking in Saturdays, and that difference really matters. The first thing that I want farmers to know is that florists value reliability, not the rarity. And we love to grow something rare, something special, and something that makes us proud. And florists love that too, but what they value even more is reliability. If I am designing a $4, $5, $6, $7, $10,000 wedding, and yes, those do happen more frequently than you think, they're not designing around your hope. They are designing around certainty and volume. They need to know, will it be there? Is the color going to match? Is the stem length going to be consistent? Will it arrive hydrated already? And that consistency will build trust much faster than novelty. So here's something that farmers don't always see. When you say, it should be ready, a florist hears, I might need a backup. And when you say, I'll know closer to this date, a florist hears, I can't confidently promise that to you yet. And so the florists are selling confidence to their clients, and they need confidence from you. And that doesn't mean you can control the weather, but it means that you can communicate clearly. So from my experience as a wedding florist that sources from myself as a farmer and from about 2 or 3 other farmers in the area, I know that florists want clear availability, straightforward pricing, fast communication, consistent stem length, predictable pickup or delivery windows. And you want to know what's not on that list? Your soil health philosophy, or that you have 17 different varieties of basil, or the scientific name of the dahlia. They really just want to know what color it is. And so they can appreciate those things, but that's not how they operate. If we want local flowers to thrive, we have to make them easier to buy. Farmers understand why local matters. We understand the beauty, the sustainability, the seasonality, but our job is to make it simple for florists. Not complicated, simple. So instead of asking, how can I sell to more florists? Try asking, how can I make their job easier? How can a florist buy more from me? And that might look like sending projected availability earlier, confirming bloom windows early, creating a predictable ordering rhythm, setting boundaries so that you're not texting at midnight, and professional systems build professional trust. When I started designing weddings, I saw both sides. As a farmer, I thought, these flowers are gorgeous. And as a florist, I thought, can I depend on these? What is the vase life going to be? When were these picked? Are they going to be fresh? And that's when I realized that it's not about those flowers, it's about the alignment. So if you're a farmer listening, reach out to one florist and ask, what would make it easier to buy local? And really listen. And if you're a florist that's listening, think about what you need to feel confident sourcing local. Is it clarity? Is it inventory previews? Is it recipe planning support? Start that conversation. So if you made it to the end of this episode, I created a free ebook called Everything You Know How to Prepare to Buy Local Flowers. It walks through what florists need to consider, how farmers can better prepare, questions to ask, systems that reduce stress on both sides, and you can download it for free in the show notes. So just keep in mind that strong partnerships don't happen by accident, they are built intentionally. See you next time. Thank you for listening to Farmers to Florists. If this episode gave you clarity or helped you think differently about local flowers, I'd love to have you join us. Visit farmerstoflorist.com to explore the platform or jump into live office hours. If you know a flower farmer or florist who's trying to make local easier, send this episode their way. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, and LinkedIn for some reason. And you'll find direct links to everything in the show notes. Let's build stronger systems together, stronger relationships, and a stronger floral industry. Thank you.